Hi guys. All right, so Capricorns, welcome back. So Caps, I wanted to go ahead and do a pre-shuffle for you guys out of one of our like earthly location decks because we are on Earth right now in this backdrop, and so guys, actually, this is an interesting one because you got Troy. So the story of Helen of Troy, I'm sure everyone is familiar with, right? It was written about in Homer's Iliad. And so, the beautiful Helen of Troy is a face that launched 1,000 ships to war. There have been countless movies that recount the tale. And of course, the fall of Troy after the Trojan horse is, brought in, and that's how the soldiers get in, and actually lay siege to the city. And of course, Achilles is one of the main heroes who eventually, dies in that battle because of his Achilles heel. And so we all kind of probably know the story pretty well at this point, but for a long time, I guess there was more speculation, like, was he just telling a fantastical tale or was there any truth to it? And it turns out that there is a location in Turkey that shows enough archaeological evidence that says, yes, Spartan warriors did lay siege to a city there. And so there is an earthly location where the fall of Troy occurred. And, it's a situation where like there were 3,500 years of inhabitants. So things, like to excavate, it's like 15 meters deep because city upon city was built over the eons, but they have since located the actual site. So it's in Turkey. So it's interesting because to me, what this says is we have a place where, poetry and fiction meets reality. It's almost like Homer told the tale of something in a more poetic fashion, and so it was assumed to be mythical, only it was based on a true story. So with this, the message that goes along with this is to exchange my gifts with the world is a positive act. Teamwork is necessary. Whilst I can learn from the stories of others, I can also create my own mythos. Beauty is eternal. Revenge has consequences. And I think the reason that they add in that final line, revenge has consequences, is because, obviously the entire battle that ensued over Helen it was all about revenge, right? Menelaus wanted to get his bride back. He wanted Helen back for himself, even though she had chosen to go along with Paris. And so that's what began the whole war in the first place. And of course, think of how many lives it touches when there is a vengeful heart, So it's just kind of an interesting message because it is heavily steeped in Greek. I don't even want to call it mythology, although it's kind of started out that way, it seemed. But then merges into the reality. So perhaps our Capricorn is going to be straddling something between like, the fanciful tale of something versus the reality of something, and making their life and their life choices really turn their ideas into something solid, but hopefully in the most positive of ways, and always being governed by the idea that the thoughts that I have that guide me toward the actions that I'll take, those can have implications on other people's lives also. So I need to be mindful. I don't want to take actions with a vengeful heart because that could be something that would have consequences that I will have to own because it could impact others' lives, So I just feel like this is a very wise Capricorn. It's someone who wants to create their own life story, but they're always mindful of how their actions can impact others. That would be my takeaway from this. But of course, signs and symbols that go along with the story could very much be things like horses, anything equestrian, specifically horses made of wood, anything that has to do with the world of Greece in general, and traditions. Maybe someone is really steeped in or interested in Greek mythology and classics and such literature. We have the World card, which is Capricorn right out of the gate. And remember that one of those first lines says, to exchange my gifts with the world is a positive act. See, I think that this Capricorn's actions are going to have far-reaching implications in the world that they walk through. They're gathering things. You notice how her head is a little acorn hat? It's because this is someone who is like gathering their thoughts. Perhaps this could be a Capricorn who's Maybe they haven't become famous yet, but they will, because they are gathering ideas. They have things that are going to impact something on the other side of the world. They have a bigger, grander life purpose. Now, they may be aware of this, or they may simply be somebody who is strategizing and planning. And, this could be someone who wants to, start some organization that will have, outposts all around the world. This could be somebody who wants to do something for the betterment of the planet or society as a whole. Or this can be someone who's just going to become famous enough that they'll be an influencer, they'll have clout, and maybe that's just it. That's the guiding, gentle, like, remember, when you have clout, hopefully you're mindful about the things that you support, the things that you just look into it a little deeper, so that you don't wind up being like, oh my God, I totally supported that and I had no idea, some of the negative backstory behind these things. So I feel like the bottom line is this Capricorn is on the rise. They have some huge success up ahead for them in life. Whatever this is Capricorn. They dance to the beat of their own drum, right? They march forward in this world, and they are a bit of a trendsetter. This could be a Capricorn who, whatever it is that they say or do, they don't follow anybody else's lead. This Capricorn is, I would say, fiercely independent, an independent thinker, but they're also, with the ability to be a leader, because that's really what we're describing here. This Capricorn is such a strong leader, but they're also prudent enough to be a wise leader and know that they have to think about, I don't know, is somebody going to write a book? But they're going to think about how their trend setting, how their movements forward could be utilized for like the greater good, is what it feels like. I really think that this Capricorn has a very positive outlook on something that they want to do in life. This is all about, if they write a self-help book, it really is aimed at moving beyond, those kind of baser emotions of, the things that keep us stuck, sadness, revengeful, feelings in our heart, all of that. I think this Capricorn they themselves have learned how to grow beyond all of that. And I almost feel like this Capricorn wants to help others. It seems like this Capricorn has a unique way of doing it, though. Their wish come true is to like help other people move forward. Let's get beyond blockages. Let's get back to, creating a better world. So this Capricorn feels very like I don't know, they could become a motivational speaker. They could become somebody who's got really grand ideas. So that's them at the big level. At a more personal level, it's so funny because even at a personal level, this character, number one, they make a great parental figure. It doesn't matter if they're masculine or feminine. They want to give birth to something. This is somebody who has a natural nurturing instinct. But if they stand in Empress energy, first they were in divine masculine energy in their life purpose. They go after what they want and they do it with their whole heart invested, but also governed by that mindfulness of how their life's efforts are going to impact the world in a positive way. I'm losing my voice right now. But at a more personal level, this Capricorn has something near and dear to them. Maybe they would like to be a parent. Maybe they would like to have a child. But the bottom line is the way that they live their life, it's with a huge amount of like they want to see things grow. So it's a consideration. Everything that they focus on, they're operating out of a place of love, is the truth of it. Our character is very, I don't know, it just feels like they care a lot about anything that they put their energy toward. But when it comes to a personal life, they haven't had love yet. It's because they're supposed to match with an emperor. So as loving as our character is, as broad-minded as they are, as much as they've been focusing on some kind of positive contribution to the world around them, as much as they have like a bigger goal in life to make their mark in this world. And like I say, maybe to make their mark in this world is to like become a writer, and that their self-help books, wind up going all around the world, being translated into 50 different languages. I mean, come on, we all know the story of Homer's Iliad because it's been translated for us, right? Maybe that's just it. Someone's going to have that kind of impact on the world around them for decades to come or centuries to come. But that's at a personal or at like a public level in their life purpose. But when it comes to their personal life, they have not had love and romance because they're supposed to be with an emperor. They have to have a very unique person. This Capricorn's unique. They need a really unique partner. This partnership has to be someone who is in the same headspace. They have to be a complement to our character, and they have to be in the same emotional, mental headspace where they look at life from a higher perspective. This is a very mature individual. High Priestess in the reverse and the Six of Pentacles upright. Our Capricorn senses that person is out there, but they haven't connected with that person and had a romance with them yet. Or this romance, maybe they've even met this person and they're like, I can sense it's you, but nothing has happened here yet. They're both in the upright, but we have this lack of love, but then we have this knowledge that we're supposed to connect. I feel like Capricorn knows who their person is already. Temperance. This keeps feeling like we haven't had passion. We haven't had love and romance, but I know that it's you and you know that it's me. Both of these characters are very clear on this, and they almost both feel very comfortable in knowing that this is like inevitable. That's an interesting message. So this is inevitable. What is it? Universe, help me out with that one. Two of Swords in the reverse, Knight of Cups. There's no blockage between these two. It simply hasn't been the right time. I almost feel as if, well, hold on. Let me backtrack. Universe, how did these two encounter each other? Because they know who one another is already in this. Nine of Swords. They met each other during actually, was it during a dream state? Have they not met in 3D world, but only in 5D? Because it's like somebody waking up with a bad dream. Or did they meet each other during a moment of drama and stress? The Fool card and the Six of Wands. I'm almost wondering if these two met during a moment of duress, and each one of them played a role in calming down a situation. Maybe they were both assisting someone else who was having a crisis moment, because this is almost like they got to see one another in their best energy. Like they both respected each other for the actions that they took. Swift action, heroic action. I kind of feel like both of these characters are heroes. It's not really a shock. And if they saw each other and they're, they noticed wow, you're amazing. They both saw that in one another. They saw the strength, or they saw the heroism in each other. And they were like, now is not the time for me to be getting your number, but dang, just know that I see you. I spot you. My heart sees you. And I already know you see me in response. This is just a matter of time before one or the other of us has an opportunity to make that loving overture. Neither person is confused by this. Neither person is blocking it. It's just that I think there was a moment of crisis where it prevented these two from being able to, if you come upon a, heaven forbid, a car accident or something, and you've got to, jump out of the car and help somebody, that's probably not the best time to be like, hey, you over there who's helping pry the doors off of this car to help this person escape their burning vehicle, can I get your number? That's not the time you do it, right? So I just feel like whatever this crisis moment was, they both knew this is going to be something for us later on. It's just not in the moment. We got to do something else right now. We got to deal with the crisis in front of us. They both spotted each other and they knew, this is my 10 of Cups. These people know already. Capricorn and this person, they know that they've met their match already, and the match just hasn't come into a union yet. That's actually, that's a really soothing, really beautiful message. Whatever the crisis is, that has to pass first. But it didn't matter. That sounds weird. It didn't matter that they haven't been able to come into union yet, because there's this warm glow for each of them where it's like, I already know that it's you, and you know that it's me. I don't have to stress out about this. I already saw it. I know it, and you know it too. So there's a comfort and a peace in this. Okay, is there anything else for this Capricorn? This has been a different story. We got an Ace of Coins. We got a 7 of Coins. We got the Fool card. Capricorn's life is, they're already starting this next phase of their journey. I almost wonder if all of these things that we talked about in the very beginning, whatever their kind of like far-reaching consequences will be with their life purpose, I'm wondering if that becomes more obvious to them all at about the same time that they encounter this emperor. I'm almost feeling everything culminates together to give this Capricorn this sense of awareness that my life is different. I have this purpose that I'm very focused on. I have my life's work ahead of me and I know what it is and I'm super excited to be doing it. And I realize I just met someone really important to me that I have a future with, even though this is just the beginning of this, because this is the new life. This is a fresh start. And I can already see it stretching out in front of me. I can see how this is going to grow. And you know what? I welcome it. This Capricorn is at the beginning of the next era of their life. And this next era of their life is one that has great purpose, great love, but great sense of belonging. What was their life like before? I'm sorry, I just have to ask that. What was Capricorn's life like before? Because I'm almost wondering if their life before was very different. We had a star, we had a 3 of swords, and we had the 6 of swords. Oh, that's not a surprise. The reason I ask is because to see that Ace of Pentacles, to see that new beginning and to see all kinds of, we started out with the story of Troy that was, first it was questioned whether or not it was even anything more than just a tale of adventure and drama and intrigue. And then it turns out, no, it was a real location and we've located where it happened and it was true. I'm almost wondering if, well, to me, it sets a perfect tone. I'm not wondering it. I feel like this sets a perfect tone. Things that have happened in Capricorn's life led them to this point where they were like, I have had some miserable experiences that I've had to heal from, that I've had to move on from. And now here I am making my dreams become a reality, making anything that I fantasize about, having a big impact, a positive impact in life, having a bigger goal in life, meeting my emperor empress relationship, my power couple relationship. I wanted all those things, but I'm actually making it a reality. Whereas in the past, I think this Capricorn was very far away from any of the kind of life that they're currently starting to live. So that's why it's a new beginning. This Capricorn, it's basically like they're seeing their wishes become things. They're the things that they've really wanted, the kind of life that they've really wanted to live. They're actually seeing it start to take shape right before their eyes. That's pretty exciting. So this Capricorn had manifested a lot of really good things into their life. And again, they did it with a consciousness. That's pretty impressive. This is a pretty cool Cap. All right, guys, I'm going to leave that one there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you do enjoy the channel, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.